Welcome back, Nancy Nerds, to the Legend of the Crystal Skull. Alright, so, I'm recording this before I got a chance to read your comments. So I don't know what to do. So I know I have this card catalog, but I don't know what I need to do with it. Nobody seems to care to talk to me. Let's see if I can't... Like, what else is there? This is the teeth shelf that I don't know what to do with. There's an iguana.
What was that?
That was Uncle Bruno's pet iguana, Iggy.
Ooh.
He's always in here stealing paper. He must be using it to build a nest or something. Look, I had all those books arranged so they fit perfectly in that box.
Oh,
Put them back
jeez.
in, okay? I don't have time.
I just want to look through this one book.
Go right ahead. After you put all those other books back.
But I want it. Okay, so now I gotta put all these back. Oh, at least it kind of snaps into place. That's more than I can say for some Nancy Drew games. So this needs to be something really skinny, I guess. Like that. Okay. I guess that works. That does not work. Oh, I see, yes. This one fit? No, but it fits under this one. Alright. Okay, so far, this looks pretty good. Maybe not. Ooh, I don't think that's right. Hang on. Alright. Haha! Hey, this was easy peasy. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Hotchkiss? Is this a Hotchkiss book? Y'all know we know about some Hotchkiss. One of the most ancient and widespread legends known to humankind can be summed up thusly. Scattered over the earth are 13 humanoid skulls carved out of pure crystal. At some point in the future, fate will bring the 13 skulls together and they will speak, imparting wisdom that will save the human race from annihilation and usher in a golden era of peace and enlightenment. There are several versions of this legend. In one, the skulls were created by Mayans, Incans, or Aztecs, and collectively form a repository of information detailing how and why humans came to be. Another legend credits their creation to the extraterrestrials who seeded the Earth with the human race and left the skulls behind to explain their actions at some point in the future. Yet another contends the skulls are ancient in origin, but more important, that each skull is somehow magical in and of itself. The distinctive gifts they offer their owners reputedly include precognition, clairvoyance, telekinesis, and of course, immortality. Some variations combine all of the above. What is both indisputable and intriguing about the general legend and its smaller, colorful variations is that several mysterious crystal skulls have indeed been discovered in the past millennium, turning up in all corners of the earth. What follows is an examination of everything that is currently known about these skulls in hopes of separating the facts of their existence from the fantasies of human imagination. Oh, the Whisperer. The first documented reference to the crystal skull, known as the Whisperer, came in 1532, shortly after Hernando de Soto helped Francisco... Oh, I don't know what that is. Francisco Pizarro ambush and capture the Incan Emperor Atahualpa at the Battle of Cajamarca. De Soto's AD camp, while updating the De Soto's expedition records, noted that during Atahualpa's subsequent imprisonment, DeSoto befriended the Incan ruler. In time, Atahualpa told DeSoto a secret. He possessed an exquisitely detailed, life-size human skull that the ancient ones had carved out of pure, clear crystal. He happened upon it at the hut of a deceased high priest whose astonishingly advanced age had caused his fellow priests, out of fear and jealousy, to slip him a fatal dose of poison. Atahualpa took a fancy to the skull and kept it, and soon realized that the skull, which he contended would sometimes whisper to him in an unearthly voice using unfamiliar words, was giving him immunity to all human ailments. As long as he possessed the skull, Atahualpa told DeSoto he would live forever. But like the priest before him, and like everyone who possessed this particular skull after him, Atahualpa soon discovered that while the skull could perhaps protect him from the ravages of time and nature, it was no match for the treachery of his fellow man. To DeSoto's great surprise and dismay, Pizarro had Atahualpa executed. Although there is no other mention of the skull in DeSoto's records, it is highly doubtful that the Spaniard would have left such a treasure behind when he returned to Europe in 1536. Indeed, the next documented reference to the crystal skull, which Atahualpa seems to have inadvertently bequeathed to DeSoto, came in a letter written by a nobleman in the court of Philip II, the member of the Austrian Habsburg family who took over the Spanish Empire in 1556. While a guest at the Habsburg Palace in Vienna, the nobleman mentions encountering a crystalline head of death, which a manservant swore made utterances, strange and low, too terrible for the ear to bear. Apparently, the skull had then made its way to France, most likely via Anne of Austria, who married King Louis XIII of France in 1615, because the next reference to a death's head carved from remarkably clear crystal can be found in the manifest of a ship belonging to René Robert Cavalier, Sieur de La Salle, a French explorer who in 1684 was preparing for a journey that would take the skull, ironically, back to the New World from which it had come. The fact that La Salle took the skull with him on his expedition to colonize the Mississippi River Valley suggests that he may have been aware of his reputation for conferring immortality upon its owner. But once again, his real enemy proved to be not age or disease, but his fellow man. A group of his men stranded in what is now Texas after the expedition landed in the wrong place and antagonized the local Native Americans, eventually mutinied and killed La Salle so they could abandon their mission and head for the relative safety of the French outposts in Canada. The Whisperer, however, appears to have been left behind and didn't reappear until almost 200 years later. The photo to the right, found in the basement of a library in Jonesboro, Arkansas, suggests that by 1881, Atahualpa's crystal skull had found itself in the hands of a traveling huckster who apparently used it to lure potential patrons to his wagon so he could sell them various balms and elixirs. If he is the same Curtis Caldwell who, according to the census records, settled in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he lived and worked to the ripe old age of 93, dying only when a dissatisfied customer set fire to his house in a fit of anger.
Murder?
If the Whisperer was in Caldwell's house, it no doubt survived the fire, but exactly what happened to it next has proved impossible to discern, and its current whereabouts is a mystery. But what is known about the skull's previous owners could prove very useful in solving that mystery, for all the people who have possessed it have had two things in common. They lived for an unusually long time, and they always, without exception, met with death at the hands of another. In other words, the trail that leads to the discovery of this particular crystal skull will likely be the one that begins with murder. So was his uncle murdered, or did he die of natural causes? And the crystal skull isn't in the box. It was just the mold of it. So what does that mean? Okay, well, I did get something done, which was interesting.
Yes?
How did Bruno die, if you don't mind my asking?
Just dropped dead in the front hallway. I mean, the guy was 95 years old. Here, check it out. Myocardial infarction. That's doctor speak for heart attack.
Attending physician Dr. Gilbert Buford, 504-555-9970. Was that Bruno's doctor?
And his best friend, or so I'm told. I've never met him.
Interesting keychain.
That's
Ooh.
one of Uncle Bruno's glass eyes. It's the one he was wearing when he died.
How nice.
Creepy.
Anything else?
Creepy, creepy, creepy.
I'm going to keep looking around.
Whatever.
Oh, whatever. Alrighty then. Okay, so I still don't know how to set the clock. I put this back. Oh, I can move these. What order do I put them in? I don't know. An axe, a toothbrush, a banana, a fan, a poodle, a lollipop. I don't know. Do I put them in alphabetical order? According to the objects? Toothbrush, banana, fan. What is this? The hat? Lollipop, toothbrush, monkey. Like that? Lemon OP. Okay, so that's not it. Alright, I'm not sure what to do with that. I think I did everything I needed to do here. At least I think I did. Oh yeah, I didn't beat this. But I don't know what to do with it. Oh, I already gotta start over. Okay, so I gotta use this block to stop balls from moving. Let's see. I bet I can block. We'll see, that one will roll till here and stop. Okay, so if I do that... Oops. Gosh dang it. Okay, so if I do this and put it here, like that, because that has that one, I guess. Oh, see, that didn't do anything. That's not right. I'm gonna start over. So, I got it, because, like, this is the only one that's gonna stop it. So I can get to that one. And there's one over here, which I'm assuming I use for this one. Now what? I want to go up because I can still get behind you over here. And it'll block that laser. Okay, okay, so there's that. Okay, so now I got the first one blocked. What do I do now? Let's see. This. Do I do that and maybe push this over? And then I can push it over again. And then make this hit it. Is that what I need to do? Okay. But I can roll it. I can roll it up. Okay. So then what do I do? Do I move this right and do it again? No. Ooh, no. Ooh, nope, that was bad. Oh, gosh dang. Okay. Okay. So now, do I do the same thing somehow with this one? But I don't know how to get this one lined up. Maybe I gotta push it up one? Like that? Like that? Okay, and then I gotta get this down here. So like that. Like that. Like that. Go around. Like that.
Nope.
Oh no, I got it stuck in the corner. Start over. Gosh dang it. Move this. Block that laser. Get this down there. I think I can. Right, left, left, and then come back around. And then around this way. And then like this. Aha! Ah ha 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 ha! I outsmarted you, table. Yeah. I got another eyeball and I don't know why. I don't know why I have eyeball. Oh, thunderstorm and lightning. Okay, I think I need to call some people now. Let's call Professor Hotchkiss. Oh my gosh, she is crazy. But I love her.
Yes, hello?
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. Is this Professor Hotchkiss?
I am she, Nancy Drew. Your name has a ring to it. Do I know you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we met a little while back in Wisconsin.
Oh, yes, you were the delightful young lady doling out the samples in the tasting room of that cheese factory.
No.
Yum, yum.
No.
No, I met you at Wickford Castle.
That's ridiculous. There was no cheese tasting room at Wickford Castle.
No.
No, we were both guests there. I found a journal written by Marie Antoinette, which you translated. Remember?
Thanks to you, suddenly all I can think about is how wonderful a nice big slab of Colby cheese would taste right now. Listen, Mandy, I'm on a deadline, so if you could please just tell me why you called.
But my name isn't...
Deadline! Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Chop, chop.
Okay.
Did a man from New Orleans named Bruno Bolet ever call you?
Ah, now there's a name you can remember. Bolet. Nice and French. I'm a scholar of French history, you know.
Yes, I know. So did Bruno Bolet call you?
Indeed he did. Oui, oui.
Huh.
Why did he call, if you don't mind my asking?
Because he had read my book, of course. The Crystal Skulls. Fact or fable, one of my best efforts. Sold like hotcakes, smothered in a rich, tangy lemon sauce.
Did he say anything about owning one of the skulls himself?
I would have hung up on him straight away if he had. I tell you, Brandy, if I had $1 for every crackpot who's called claiming to own one of those skulls, I'd be able to dine at the Russian tea room every evening for the rest of my life. All right, that's a bit of hyperbole, but you get the picture. No. If memory serves, we talked mostly about the skull called the Whisperer. He wanted to know if I had learned any more about it since my book was published, which I hadn't, or if I had any theory as to what happened to it, which I didn't.
And that was the extent of your conversation?
Well, now, let me think. My, such insatiable curiosity, Nellie. You remind me of someone I encountered on one of my journeys. But for the life of me, I cannot remember her name or the circumstances.
Ooh,
Nancy Drew? Wickford Castle?
Marie Antoinette.
The eyes have it.
I'm sorry?
That's what Bruno Bolet said when I turned the tables and asked him if he had any idea where the Whisperer was. He said, the eyes have it. Then he chuckled and hung up.
Like eyeballs that I keep finding around everywhere?
How much would a crystal skull like the Whisperer be worth?
In this crazy day and age, where the shorn hair and used tissues of celebrities get sold for thousands of dollars, there's absolutely no telling, Candy.
Nancy.
$500,000 easily. Maybe even $1 million. Maybe 2. Maybe 10. The sky's the limit. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Okay.
If someone found a skull made of crystal, how could they be sure it's one of the crystal skulls?
Wonderful question, Francie. How
Nancy.
indeed. Because there are sure to be thousands of fakes out there. Perhaps tens of thousands. But remember, the real skulls were made long before the tools commonly used for carving today were invented. Which means, let's put on our thinking caps.
Oh.
Modern day tools would have left marks if the skull was a fake?
Exactly so. Mind you, the marks on a good fake would be microscopic and thus imperceptible to the human eye. However, any thorough laboratory analysis would quickly unmask a counterfeit.
So the only way to prove that a skull is the real deal is by proving it's not a fake?
And by examining its provenance, its history of ownership. If it can be shown that a particular specimen has been passed along from antiquity into modern times and didn't just suddenly appear in, say, Germany in the mid-19th century, that would tend to support its authenticity as well.
Ah, but who has that?
The idea that the Whisperer can make its owner immortal, do you believe that?
I believe that things that defy any so-called rational explanations happen all the time, Nessie.
Nancy.
Now, does that mean there are mysterious external forces at work in the universe of which we do not and cannot ever have full knowledge? Or does it all boil down to us? If the human heart desperately wants something to be true, does the human mind have the power to make it true? Who knows? Oh, questions, questions, questions. Oh, how dreary life would be without them.
In your book, you said that all the people who've ever owned the Whisperer were murdered, yet Bruno Bolet dropped dead of a heart attack.
Are you saying the Whisperer was in his possession after all?
Well,
The scallywag!
maybe.
Why didn't he tell me that? Oh, that's right. I would have hung up on him. Well, if that's the case, then I strongly suggest you take a close look at his so-called heart attack, Sandy. Because if
Nancy.
he owned the skull and he died, I guarantee you it was at the hands of someone else. Or my name's not Beatrice Gertrude Winifred Hotchkiss.
Thanks for your help.
Okay.
Rock and roll!
All right. Well, that was an interesting conversation. I will pick up next time with calling Dr. Gilbert Buford to make sure that the heart attack was a heart attack. But this is all the time that I have today to record. So I will see all of you guys next time. Please give me some hints. Let me know what I'm supposed to do with those pictures. It has to do something with the objects, but I'm not sure what order to put the objects. Alphabetical, I don't think is a thing. I think I just made that up. I'm not sure. But, drop a like. Let me know how you are liking this game so far. If you liked this game, if you've played through it, let me know what tips and tricks I need to get through this with the least amount of frustration. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next mystery. Bye!